Hello, I'd like to introduce you to David. David came to see us
Just about 2 years ago.
about 2 years ago. He came to see us for some help with losing weight, and at that time, I'm sure you won't mind me saying, you
25
were
stone.
just
Saw a
over
photograph of
25
myself.
stone.
It frightened me to death because I was
Yeah.
so big. And I might have been well over 25 stone. The scales
Yeah.
wouldn't go any higher.
And we were talking earlier on, weren't we, and saying about how you were quite sort of worried sitting in the chair because you didn't know what was going to happen, and I was quite worried because I wasn't sure.
I certainly
whether
had
you'd actually be
trepidation.
able
I was
to
a bit
get you out of the chair.
sceptic,
You were
'cause
quite big, weren't you?
I'd done 2 of the big weight loss programs, you know, with diet and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And none of them worked for me. They did for a while, but then you soon regress. It didn't change the way I thought about food and the way I
No.
ate food. But now...
Did you find that each time you did one of the prescribed diets where, you know, you were told what to eat and when to eat and how much of it to eat, did you find each time you did it and you lost a bit of weight, did you then gain the weight back and a bit more besides?
A good example of that is I was losing 3 or 4 pound a week, and I went out for a Chinese meal one night, and I put on 4 pound that week. Now to me that's a difference of 8 pound,
Sure.
and it couldn't have been just the Chinese,
No.
but I was at a Chinese and it was all you can eat buffet, so I ate all I could eat,
Yeah.
which is totally the wrong thing. And you thought, oh, it's only one night, it's not going to hurt.
Sure.
And you were up and down, and eventually you got embarrassed about standing in front of your peers and getting on the scales, and it was all about weighing yourself all the time. I very rarely weigh myself now.
Well, you don't need to, do you?
I know I'm under 19 stone now, and I've lost 6 stone
Yeah.
plus, and that's good enough for me. It's
And
the size of my
that-
clothes that make the difference.
Absolutely. And that 6 stone weight loss, you know, people might say, well, you know, what exercise are you doing? But
I'm disabled.
You don't
I
mind
have-
me saying.
No, I have to walk with a cane. I'm disabled. I've been for quite a few years, so I can't do exercise. I can't even take long walks.
No, exercise hasn't been part of your weight
No,
loss journey
not at all,
has
not
it?
at all,
It's all
no.
been your
It's-
relationship with food.
Yeah, the relationship with food is the difference. But the biggest thing I've got out of this, and it's not my weight loss, it's my feeling of self-worth.
Yeah.
I feel much better about myself now. I'm back to being ruggedly handsome.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah, and that's absolutely brilliant that, you know, you feel like that, because it's not just about losing weight, but, you know, and then what, but it is about all the positive effects that come as
It's
a result.
about the quality of
isn't it?
life, and when you're 25 stone and massively overweight, I mean, even if you dress up, you don't feel smarter because your clothes just look a mess on
And
you.
I remember you saying to me when you first came that you used to have to buy your clothes online.
Yep.
And
I
but now you go into regular shops and just buy.
I was up to
clothes off the page.
58-inch waist trousers. I'm now 42-inch waist, which I can buy off the shelf, and even 40 in some cases. It's just going down.
And I've noticed, you know, over the last couple of years, I mean, obviously you haven't been coming every week for the last 2 years, you came for
No.
a few weeks in
Yes.
the beginning, and then we've just kind of caught up.
And every time I feel myself slipping or I lose a bit of the momentum, I just come and see you again.
And we
And
just
sometimes
have a
it's not
chat.
even hypnosis, it's
No,
just a chat to reaffirm what I've been doing
Yeah.
and how I am about myself. And it just does it.
But initially, you know, your 6-session program
Yeah.
was enough to launch you on your way to changing your relationship with food.
And it was a big enough change that gave me the impetus to keep going. And again, it wasn't just a change in my weight and the way I looked. Suddenly I could put clothes on and I felt comfortable in clothes, so I felt better when I went out. It was a long time before I really felt good about myself.
I think a lot of the problem was that, you know, initially was that you didn't actually believe that it was sustainable, did you? And you kind of thought,
I've been disappointed by doing diet programs
Yeah.
because this isn't a diet program, and I don't calorie count. I don't have to think about what I eat. It's how I eat and how I treat food.
yeah,
Yes, my taste buds have changed. I no longer like sweet foods like cake, etc.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy them anymore. It's not because I think, oh, I can't have that. It's Christmas time.
You're
I'll
just
have a bit of
naturally
Christmas
drawn-
cake, and I
drawn
love
away
Christmas
from it,
pudding.
yeah.
But you draw away from those things. I used to go and have a cappuccino and a pastry every morning. I don't eat pastries anymore. I don't like them. They just don't taste right to me.
okay.
It's not a
So-
conscious thought.
And did that stop you going for the coffee, the fact that you didn't have the
No,
the
and I actually don't
coffee?
have cappuccino anymore. I have straight black coffee or I have tea. So I've even
So
cut
your
down with
social
that.
life has changed, it's kept exactly
Massively.
the same pattern.
Massively.
It's, you know, everything else is just the same, it just doesn't focus on the food now.
It's the
you
way
go to the coffee
yeah,
shop for
like
the
you say,
company and-
it's the relationship I've got with food. not a diet. That's the important thing. I don't have to. If I want something, I'll have it. I just don't eat so much of it. And I'm amazed that I'm 6'4". I'm a big man. The size of the meals I have are ridiculous. My grandson at 10 years old has bigger meals than I do, but it's still ample food for what I
For
need.
what you need.
Yeah, because I don't need to burn a lot of.
So if someone was sitting there like you were 2 years ago and just feeling as though, you know, I'm never going to lose the weight, I don't know what I'm going to do, and that, you know, they'd seen something about the programs that we have available here at Hampshire Hypnotherapy Centre, what would you kind of say to them?
The best thing about that first session was the fact that I had someone, you, that was listening to what was wrong with me, and it wasn't just about my weight. There was, because your feeling of goodness goes out of you when you're like that. You feel ugly, you feel fat, nobody likes you. It's the whole thing. But just sitting down and talking to somebody about my weight problem already had me feeling better and thinking, well, this is more positive.
And you felt that I could help you straight from the very first session.
Yeah. The other thing is, when I did one of those diet programs, their main reason for me being there was they wanted to sell me food, and that seemed very strange. It might have been healthy food or good food, but the fact that you're on a diet, here's some food to buy, you sort of thought, well, that doesn't compute to me. But there's been none of that with you and with Hampshire Hypnotherapy. It's been all about, we need to change the way you think about food. Basically, you rebeat my brain like a computer. You've taken out all the bad things and the negative things about food and replaced them with good things, so I've got better habits.
Yeah, well, I think it's fair to say that a very simple way of putting it is that because you've changed your relationship with food, you've got control of your weight, and you are continuing steadily, slowly to lose weight, aren't you, over the time, but you've also gained your self-esteem, and because you've gained your self-esteem, you no longer self-harm with food because you look after yourself.
No, exactly. But also, I've had a long period of illness this year.
Right.
And in the past, I would have come for it to sort of make up for the feeling of feeling poorly and feeling ill, or to think I had to build my strength up. I've maintained the weight loss throughout that period, and I came out of it feeling healthier because I got over my illness quicker because I had a healthier body. You know, to some people that might sound a bit phony, but that's the way I felt inside, whether it was mental or physical. I felt better about myself.
You've got that feeling of self-worth now.
Yes.
That you're, no matter what the circumstances, you're always gonna take good care of yourself.
Well, I'm back to being ruggedly handsome, so that makes me feel better anyway.
It's brilliant.
So it's changed my life in the last 2 years, really has. And that's not a thing I say flippantly.
No, that's really good to hear, David. So the thing is, David kind of ticks all the boxes for all the obstacles that people have.
You didn't say there was any box ticking.
Feeling that they can't lose weight because they are older. Do you mind sharing with us how
66.
66. So, you know, that myth is kind of dispelled. They feel they can't lose weight because they can't exercise, which David is proof that you can't, and that you have to have somebody telling you what to eat and when to eat and how much of it to eat. And again, you don't need to do that. So if you're in a similar position to David, where you're feeling really helpless around your weight and not knowing which way to turn, please do just give us a call and we can book you in for a free consultation. You can come along and have a chat with me or one of the other weight loss therapist experts here, and we'll get you on the same track to weight loss success as David. So David, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your story today, and we'll look forward to hearing from you soon.